Hello there, Internet. I'm Dee Dee. Today we shall be ranting. I need you to pay no attention to my surroundings. They are completely irrelevant to everything that I'm going to say throughout the entirety of this video. With that being said, today, nice guys. Do they finish last? So, everybody's heard this argument a billion times from a billion different directions. Nothing I'm going to say on it is going to be anything you haven't heard before. But fuck it, I'll tell you guys about it anyways, because I feel entitled to my opinion, even though it's completely invalid. The argument that I always find with the whole nice guys finish last, you only ever hear that from nice guys. I've never once heard anyone other than a self-proclaimed, not even real nice guy, self-proclaimed nice guy say, nice guys finish last. Let me just say, I don't entirely disagree with that. But first of all, there are two things going on in that scenario. Firstly, what the fuck makes you think you're a nice guy? Like, honestly, have you ever met like a self-proclaimed nice guy? The only reason they think they're nice is because they're not off punching women in the face regularly. That's all it takes in their brain. That's what they think is getting people girlfriends. Like, they'll see the guy who's like kind of an asshole, and he's like, the only reason he has a girlfriend is because he's a dick. No, it's not. Maybe it's because he's good at throwing that dick around. Maybe it's because he's got some money. Maybe it's because he's got some charisma outside of whenever he's being an asshole. Unlike you, who has no charisma ever, which brings me to one of my biggest thoughts on the whole nice guys finish last thing. Nice guys don't finish last because they're nice because they finish last. See, the reason you finish last is because the reason you're nice is because that's all you have. It's the only thing you have. You have no looks, no social skills, no party tricks. Your friend making capacity is always in really weird little circles. And all of you who, there's probably a few of you who will take offense to this, be like, hey, no, I'm a totally cool guy. I'm an awesome guy and I'm a nice guy. That's one of two different types of people. You're either the completely delusional type of person who is entirely and completely convinced that regardless of how socially awkward and incapable you are of being a well-rounded person, that you've given up on trying to understand social construct. Or B, you're one of those weird combinations of nice and awesome. And I'm not talking about you. I like you. And the reason I like you is because you've never ever had to bitch about being a nice guy. You're never that guy that's like, oh man, if I wasn't such a sweetheart, I would just be so much better off in life, but I'm too good of a person. You are, but the fact that you don't mention it is exactly how come shit goes well for you. Now let's talk about the whole if nice guys are finishing last. Are bad boys really finishing first? Yes and no. For a short term, yeah, absolutely. They're the bad guys. We live in the real world. If you're willing to cheat and con and just be an all-around cunning person, then yes, but that's not like the bad boy that you're thinking of. The hey bitch, make me a sandwich and that's what I'm gonna do. And if you talk too much, I'm gonna go ejaculate in the ceiling fan. Why? Because it'll pick up the ceiling fan and you'll have to clean it up. You. No, that guy's not getting anywhere. Trust me. That guy is getting the least amount of sex. But the guy who has just enough social etiquette to be aware of whenever it's funny to tease someone and doesn't get butthurt about it, that guy's cool. I like that guy. I like the guy who says, hey, Dee Dee, fuck you, dude. Your head is weirdly shaped. And I can be like, fair point, fair point. You have a small penis. That was a perfectly fine interaction. But if you say that to a self-proclaimed nice guy, tell him something that's totally within the realm of reality. Like, say he has a really, really, really unpleasant shirt on. And I'm not talking about just tacky, because that's personal taste. I mean, like, there's a live ferret inside of it, and every now and then that ferret is jumping out at people and attacking them and going back into their shirt. And they're like, oh, well, it's my baby pet ferret, you know, and it doesn't really mean to hurt anyone. But if you tell them, hey, dude, either that's a sucky shirt or that's a sucky ferret you have, they get so fucking butthurt. Like, I'm enemy number one. Like, no, dude, fuck you. Realize that you do have, in fact, some faults. That every now and then you smell weird. Every now and then you kind of just don't talk right. Like, have you ever met that guy? That guy who, like, like, they always mumble. Oh, I fucking hate mumblers. Fucking hate mumblers. And it's fine whenever it's on occasion. Like, if you're really tired, high, or drunk, mumble away. You earned it. You earned to mumble at that. But if you have a full night's rest, you've had your coffee, you've drinking your Red Bull, and you are still fucking mumbling, fuck you. Stop it. Just learn sign language. Give up if it's that hard for you to talk. Just say that you're mute and learn sign language. I will much rather learn how to speak sign language than have to watch you mumble and have to pretend like it's not socially acceptable for me to punch you in the dick. Because it's not. If I can do that. I could do that. I mean, technically, you could mumble. I could be, ah, but the judge will not accept that he was a fucking mumbler, Your Honor. What else was I going to do? That never flies in court. Trust me. I've tried. Then we get into like the real quality nice guy. You know, that like guy next door who just never managed to close the deal. That guy just isn't a closer. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with not being a closer. It's actually a fairly rare issue because plenty of openers, fairly decent amount of closers. Few actually possess both the skills. And if you aren't a closer, then you're just not a closer. And that's something that if you aren't a closer, then you're going to have to find someone who is. Either get yourself a quality wingman, or find yourself a female that likes to get that job done for you. But if you're not a closer, you can't judge yourself on that, because what happens is people who aren't closers end up feeling inadequate because women get so much of the credit for how they're being objectified and society expects so much of them. Men get none of the credit for the fact that we are equally pressured. If we cannot obtain women, then our value is meaningless. That's exactly it. Just as how women are perceived as if they can't find love or if they can't manage to keep a boyfriend for more than a couple of hours, then they're meaningless. And if we can't, and we aren't off slashing strange left and right, then we just failed as men. And that's completely unfair. There are plenty of awesome dudes out there who are probably never going to have sex. Not by choice, too. There are plenty of dudes, awesome dudes, never going to have sex because they're not good closers or they aim too high. Don't aim too high, dude. Don't aim too high. I'm going to tell you something. Porcupines have to have sex with each other. Do you have any idea how terrifying and painful and cautious you have to be about that? But you're too fucking picky to give the fat chick in the corner some loving? Come on. They look all the same in the dark. Just don't get too fondly because you don't want to like be fondling something and think they're one thing and then continue onward and find another thing and you just don't know what you're grabbing onto. So if you're going to be going with that route, try to keep the hands on the mattress at all times. Just for sake of benefit. In conclusion, nice guys are weird. Actual self-proclaimed nice guys are weird. Real nice guys never bring up how nice they are. Don't base your worth on whether or not you can obtain physical or emotional connection with other people. It has nothing to do with who you are as a person. And stay thirsty, my friends.